Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is Black Prince Gaming, although not exactly sure how this one is going to come up because, as you can see here, I did already make an attempt at this achievement run. So we're going for the Red Sea achievement in Hearts of Iron, so that, let me get in and I will show you what that means. Let's do it from this map here. So that means, as Ethiopia, you go communist and you take every state that borders the Red Sea, which is this area here. So I don't know if I need this island, but probably. As well as the United Kingdom, I'll need Yemen, Saudi Arabia, obviously the Italian land, this French bit of territory here. So I will have to go to war with the Allies. I can't just fight, either the United Kingdom or France early game. It will have to be a war. Obviously, as well as Ethiopia, you start already in the war with Italy. So I'm going to have to win that war, hopefully be able to take that territory in this war. But the good thing about this achievement is I only need to hold the territory, I don't actually need to core it. So anyway, yeah, you might already be seeing some of this because this might be stitched in with the first attempt failure. But yeah, anyway, into the video. Okay, so like I said, we start off in this war, which is not going to be easy. I mean, Italy obviously is a far superior nation. In this, they have a lot more manpower, a lot more equipment, and a lot better divisions. I do have these Chitet, might be saying that wrong, but they are irregular infantry, so they do have their bonuses. They also have some irregular infantry. Obviously, we have all the mountain lines, which might be where it's best to hold, but we'll probably try and hold as much territory as possible, because you do get events throughout this which escalate the war, which will have, I think the higher the war escalates, basically the better for you, and the worse for Italy. Like, they get sort of more discontent in their colonies abroad. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to go into the focuses. I think first focus we probably need to do, yep, we're going to go with temporary morale boost, just because at the moment they're going to have Christmas offensive, so we want to counter that so we can hold our north and south in this early part of the war. We have a singular factory, so we will put it to work making a factory, but then I think we're immediately trading that away anyway for steel off the Soviet Union, because we need guns, and obviously the Soviet Union is likely to be someone we look to in the future as an ally. No, we can't buy any equipment off the market. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to group up our front lines. We're going to make two groups, I think. Although actually I guess they could all be under one guy, so one guy gets all of the XP, which might actually be better, because we have Haile Selassie here, and then we are going to as well keep one division, I think it's there you want a guy, and also one division there, because if you know anything, Assua will flip to the Italian side if it does stay historical, which obviously we are on historical. So you want divisions ready to charge straight in and almost try and stop the Italians gain this foothold, because it's only obviously then a short walk, 2 tiles to your capital. So you want to try and hold that as much as possible. Yeah, okay, research wise, we're going to take this for just the increased defense stats. No real point going for artillery, because I don't think we really have the industry to go and produce it yet. Do we go for guns? We could go for research focuses. Production efficiency cap actually just means that we get more infantry equipment out as we go. One of the things I didn't do on my first playthrough is check this decision here, because I mean I'll take the balance of power hit to get a general back and another unit. That just seems like a real no-brainer almost. Does it come in after a couple of days? Here we go. So there we go, create an Ethiopian unit of irregular infantry. So actually what we'll probably do is we will shove them onto this front line down here to just help hold, and maybe we'll take this infantryman off it to go back into the mountains, because I think they're a little bit better up there, but he'll do that as and when. What was that new general like as well? So he is a cavalry leader, but he's reckless. He does have a trait to assign, but I just don't think that's worthwhile just yet. Promotion cost of minus 50%. Maybe he's the guy we go for actually, because then we can get a field marshal on quicker, but then he does get less leader experience gain. Okay, so you just got a micro heavily up here. Just make sure that you keep sending guys in, like that mountaineer, we need in that tile, we need guys in that tile, so we just keep needing to flood guys in to defend these tiles. Yeah, that should hopefully hold. So there we go, we have gone and lost our first tile here in Tigray, and we've now lost our second one because that was always going to fall quite quickly after that one because of the amount of different directions they can attack from. Now we are now on this 2-tile front, so I'm kind of hoping this is a little bit easier to hold. We're just going to do our best to hold out there. This unit is now moving up, which will railroad him up there. And it looks like the irregulars are holding well down here in the south. Italy does tend to send more to the north. It's more of a contested point, to be fair. This mountaineer needs to go over there. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to begin down the military communism path and start getting communism, because at that point there are some events that maybe will help us. We don't want any of these just yet, we just want to hold with what we've got. Okay, I need you to get over and in there, like ASAP, otherwise we're going to lose these tiles. And what do we currently need? So we need to hold the north, which is we need at least Gondar, Macau. So there's Macau, and then where's the other one? The other one is here. So we can actually lose Macau if we hold Gondor and vice versa, but we just want to try our best to hold both and just make them fight for every tile, especially where it's mountains, because they will be taking some good attrition during this. Okay, keep flooding in. We're holding this tile, so we don't need any reinforcements there just yet. It's just such a micro-heavy war, this. Like, you really have to do your best to hold. Oh, we've already lost that tile. That's not great. Okay, not great, not great. What do we do? So now we hold these tiles. So that's still 3, I think. So that's still going to work out alright, I think, for these guys. Let's make sure they're all just meant to be on there. Great. That does mean there's 2 combat directions for this tile though, so who knows, that might not be the best. But you know, we'll do our best to hold. There we go, they pulled out of there. So now one of them needs to go there quite majorly, like to railroad that guy across. Okay, and we continue our battle down here, keep flooding into Macau because that is where we are losing. Okay, we of course want more stability because that's more war support, we'll take the political power hit. Yeah, we're going to go for that so we can defend our homes because that increases our defense, which is huge. We need all the defense modifiers we can get. Okay, let's look here. So we can get this guy, and I think we're just going to have to bite the bullet and go for it and get him up here as the general, because then we'll go for something like defensive doctrine, and we'll swap him out later on probably, because he won't be the best thing that we've got, but at least then we will have something to hold with for now. So we just got reinforcement memed out of the tile, which is not great. Although we still at least have this 2-tile line, we really need to hold Gondar now and Desi. So when this war kicks off, we'll need to try, when they look to integrate Aswa, we'll need to look and see how we can best defend. It looks like our line is sort of holding here, although there are obviously having some difficulties. Let's see if we can't flood another guy into the battle. Another 2 units might maybe shore that up with the river line. Here we go. So Italy moved to annex Aswa, so we need to keep an eye on that. Let's see if we can't get this guy in there, and then we'll have a look and be ready for the micro that's going to come out of this. So they submitted. There we go. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Okay, okay. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Great. Go, move in.
Angkasak. Zigaju. Zigaju, get ahoy.
Okay, let's try and hold that tile. We just don't want to open up too much more. Taking Aswa would be nice. Oh, it's actually given us another military factory as well, so that is quite a huge tile to take. Maybe we look to send another unit into there. Not that we massively need this. How are we going? 14 days on the hold the north and south. So we'd get an escalation from this gradual war escalation. Ethiopia now may request embargo. I think there's a decision for that or a focus. We then would also get an increase from this one, and obviously miss out on getting that war support debuff if we can just hold. So this tile are so important to hold. Okay, the Italians are now force attacking. They want this war won. See if we can't pop some more units into these tiles, just shore them up. But it does look like we're probably going to lose some tiles here against this force attack. What I would like to see as well is just changing this back to a natural front line, just so we can hopefully gain some sort of leverage. We are also going to pull a guy out of here and maybe into there, is what I'm thinking, because at the moment they're holding quite easily. There we go, we have lost that tile. Not great. But it should hopefully be recoverable. We should hopefully be able to do something. And we've just completed hold the north and hold the south, I think, there. Completed them both. So we now may request arms. Italian public is concerned. And the League of Nations, Ethiopia, Army of Africa disheartened. So they are losing morale now in their troops. And I think it leads to more attrition almost. Oh look, you can immediately see the effect there. Look at the supply, which has actually made us be able to hold those tiles. Okay, we've lost the Italian offensive. This focus is about to complete. Nice, this is so huge. Okay. I want planning and logistics, because obviously we're going to be fighting in some very low supply regions here and later in the campaign. How are we looking? So communism is at 9%, so I think we'll do one more focus, then this 10%, because we need 20% for this focus. So let's keep the Chitet, and that will make our irregular infantry just that much stronger. Okay, it looks like we are getting some nice holding now. Maybe though we still send a guy down here. Just to see if we can't shore up with maybe 4 divisions behind the river line. Because obviously they have 3 regions of attack there. There we go, see if you can't help hold there for a second. Does look like we're holding a little bit in this northern region, which is very good. Okay, so we have stabilised the front lines, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop there. We're going to get this for 5% and 10% extra, 5% extra attack, 10% extra defence on our troops, because we are going to need that. Although that is on infantry, so I'm always unsure. Do these count as infantry even if they are irregular infantry? I don't know. Maybe someone can tell me that down in the comments. But yeah. If you're enjoying the video so far, please like, comment and subscribe. We're very close to hitting 100 subscribers, so if you have any suggestions for a special, then I'll post that down below. This was actually a suggestion over yeah, this was a suggested playthrough actually for me by one of my commenters over on my TikTok, by someone under the username of Lawyer on my naval invasion Hirohito Naval Invades China short. So yeah, if you've got any more suggestions for me, let me know. Obviously, if I get loads, I might have to poll them on my channel. So make sure you subscribe so you can join in with any polls that may go on there. Yeah, so it does look like we're holding. What's our next focus? Our next focus, we are going to begin to go fully communist, because here you get 5 more divisions, which they're not great divisions, but you know, we just need numbers on the line, I think, to try and keep our organisation up and keep reinforcing into the battle. Okay, so this is just about to fire, and we'll get these 5 more divisions, which will shove onto the front lines to help hold probably the south here and the north. Probably a couple more in the south. But yeah, I think a huge part of this early war strategy, which didn't work out for me last time, is probably upgrading your Chitet, but also being ready for Aswa, because by taking this tile, I've realised I've made a 4 tile front line where I've been kicked back. It was obviously still 4 up here, so you sort of hold on to that 4 tile front line rather than having to deal with, if you didn't have Aswa, you'd have a 5 tile front line, these 5 tiles. So I think it's just so important to have a unit ready to try and snipe in, and there's some units ready to try and hold that, as well as probably doing a fighting withdrawal from the southern desert tiles. Because first of all, the Italians, once they take the debuffs, they're going to be losing a lot of attrition, especially this sort of mechanized stuff down here with this tanks. But also, obviously, the mountains and hills are much stronger, and this hill with rivers. But also, if they push in 1 to 2 tiles, you then have like a 4 tile, 5 tile front line you have to hold, which is just way too difficult with the limited amount of troops you have. So it's trying to make sure there's always about a couple of troops per tile. So that's why I've tried to keep up with these 2-man, with these sort of 2 division per tile fallback lines, keeping only 3 sort of tiles open. Obviously, in a second I'll reinforce them. Okay. So we cannot risk losing him, or we must lock him up to answer for his crimes. I don't know what the difference really is. Doesn't change anything except stability, so we're just going to go with the top option. That could come back to haunt me. Sometimes it is better always to take the debuff. Now apparently on the Soviet path, I believe, yes. So the Soviets might try and take us over, I think. You know what, I think I'm going to go with Soviet aid. I didn't do that last time, but I think it might be quite important. Yeah, it might be quite important to reach out to them. I know there's a chance they'll take you over as a puppet, but then I can always work against being a puppet. But I think that's only if you take the... Okay, let's pop the back line division down there. Let's pop 2 more elite guards up there. But yeah, so I think I'm going to go with the Soviet side, which is not what I did last time. But then obviously last time I didn't really get out of this war, so there was no way of winning. But I think with extra rifles and stuff, that might be very helpful. I mean, sure, let's increase the Black Lion divisions. Let's get a couple more divisions if we can. Sure thing. They're going to sit on this front line as well, pushing Haile Selassie even further up, so maybe we will get another general in a second. But yeah, let's see how this goes now. Okay, so we completed Soviet aids, now I'm going to go for Soviet rifles. They're not experienced in civil war, so I mean, if we could get 10,000 infantry equipment, that would be huge. So what I might actually do as well is, how do the Soviets like us? How long's the focus? It's a 35-day focus, so I'm going to quickly... Oh, hold on a second. The Soviets have agreed to send us material. Okay, I don't know if that's the event, or if there is an event with the previous one. So it does say there they'll expect greater control over our affairs in exchange for aid. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try and improve relations and see what happens there, and hopefully we won't Hopefully with improved relations they won't expect too much back from us as well. Factory repair speed, supply range actually. Let's go for that guy. Supply range will actually be quite big, I think. But yeah, we'll improve our relations with the Soviets and hopefully they'll give us the guns for not much in return. Okay, so the focus is just about to complete. I've obviously been improving my relations with the Soviets. Are there any other things after this that need relations? Okay. No, so there's not right now, so what I'll do is I will stop improving relations, because it's really the rifles that we want. There we go, 10,000 rifles, and were they better rifles than we had before? I think. That's pretty nice. Okay, now I think I'm going to go back down. Maybe I'll quickly develop show after the 2 more civilian factories, because I might be able to use them to purchase. We'll go to lend-lease some supplies and stuff. I mean, let's see if we can't just pump out a bunch of these guys. That would be great. I only have 1 civilian factory, don't I? So there's nothing I can really do because we're trading for the Soviet steel to increase our guns. So yeah, we're making 9 a day. So okay, cool. We'll just keep holding. Now look, all of our divisions are fully equipped, which is huge. It's so big. Okay, so a new batch of Chitet came out, so we've got 9 new units coming to the front line, which is huge. I don't actually know if this carries over when it's infantry experts, it's a general trait, but we'll grab it anyway because it will help if it does. We're just doing a quick reshuffle here as we move some units around. And yeah, hopefully now they'll get to the right front lines and into the battle. Okay, so now that we've got guns into our divisions, as you can see they're pretty stacked up, and we've increased the amount of divisions we have as well. I might even be a little bit cheeky here and shift train some of these guys, just to see if we can't make these guys stronger, because they're going to hopefully help us push and take back these mountains. What we're now going down is renewed offensive to increase our attack, and then we're going to do the northern thrust, so that means we should have bonuses to attacking in those regions, and hopefully that will help us crack the front line, as well as then move down, get these mercenaries, lessons of war. Does this one work as well? No, that one's only for that side. But yeah, hopefully that should help us, and then we'll probably look as well to grab up some of these more divisions that we can spawn in during this. But yeah, that's what our plan is. We also have put on ideological loyalty, because I think manpower is going to be a very big thing. We might obviously change this out in the future, but at the moment I think it's very important that we get manpower into and sort of start that ticking anyway early, because we're going to need manpower when we aim to try and occupy all of this region, as well as maybe for garrisoning Saudi Arabia and Yemen. But yeah, so hopefully that'll go well. But yeah, we're just building up on the front, doing a bit of training, getting ready then to make our big sort of thrust northwards, and hopefully push them out in the south here to grab this tile at least. Hopefully we get all of it, but at least if we can grab Somaliland, that would be great. But although I probably do want all of it to try and form Horn of Africa or something like that. So yeah, come back to it when we're about to begin the offensive. Okay, so the focus is 15 days off. We're just going to try a couple pushes, hopefully here in the south, and see if we can't crack through this middle where they're low supply. There is a tank division that might hold us, and then the second we have the ability to, I've just made sure that everyone's trained up on the north, especially these new Chitets that we brought in, and then we are going to send them as well straight into the battle. Probably trying to crack this tile first, which is the one that's really out of supply, and obviously they're attritioning in. But you know, if we could take some of that, that would just be huge. And here we go, we're actually moving in now to these tiles. So let's see if these guys can't help push in up here. Maybe just see if we can't completely snake round almost as well. Give some supporting attack. Once you're in there as well, I want you to support attack as well. Okay, that's good. That's really good. And we're as well, just as this focus finishes, about to get another Great War escalation, which should bring unrest in the colonies. So it should mean that the Italians are having to use a lot more equipment to defend as well. Where are we? Yeah, so then we want to go down to mercenaries as well, because that should get us, what does that get us? 3 Congolese mercenary units, because we still hold those territories, and 2 Arab mercenary units. So we should get another 5 divisions to come in and reinforce, probably into the south is where I'm thinking. Here we go though anyway, this is where the push begins. Let's make sure these guys are still coming in with support attacks, they are cracking there. Here we go, army morale boost, so defense and organisation has just gone up on our troops as well, which should help us take and hold those extra tiles. And... okay, yeah, you know what, we'll go for that guy that gives us defense, because defense buff is always worthwhile. Anything we can grab further? No, so let's keep the push going. Okay, make sure you guys are only support attacking now, because I don't want you guys shifted straight out of this tile. Get some guys up into there as well. Perfect. And there we go, we're cracking them in the south, which is huge. What if you guys do the main offensive and then these guys come in to support you? That would be great. Let's make sure that not everything's rushing and just leaving our guys to get encircled as well. How are we doing up here? Huge up here in the north. That is great. Some very good wins and gains up there. You guys, I want you to snake round, snake straight for the port, because if we can crush the Italians out from retreating, that is just going to be huge. This guy, you're going to come back in and just keep pinning these units on this mountain so they can't get into that port. How's it going down south? Huge wins. Let's not have everyone rush straight off though. Because yeah, we are a little bit exposed here to encirclement chances and attempts. I don't think anyone's moving in for it just now, but you know, we want to make sure that we're not making ourselves an easy target. So get back onto the front if you can. Maybe stop fully all these attacks and we'll start to railroad men round. That guy's trying to cut us off. But yeah, we've cut off all these guys in the north, which is huge. So now it's just a matter of holding this. Let's see if we can't push them back out of this tile as well. Just see if we can secure the fort as much as possible, almost, you know. Such a success here. This counter-offensive has been huge. So here we go. Now these guys are a bit more... They should do okay in rough supply, to be fair, so it shouldn't be as bad as it seems. Let's actually not send you in, let's send you in. Okay, that should be fine. And as we clean up obviously these encirclements up here, we should see some big successes from holding these tiles and from well, fully getting the wraparound on the Italians. Especially as we take some of these, like I think this is the airport. So that would be a huge victory to take that. Okay, there we go. Attack into them. Make sure you're supporting the attack as well. You guys don't need to attack there fully. Instead, let's keep some troops to pin these guys to these tiles while we try and push in, push out, and sort of encircle them fully. Yeah, these are some big wins. Okay. I mean, if you can, snake round, take their port, like, just get to them. Like, whatever we can do to just keep stretching them, keep pulling them off these front lines. That's huge. Become owner and controller of... no, I want to keep going because I want to see... I think there's an event maybe when you completely kick them out, but like that they were only going to give us a far, which we don't want. We want all of this. Obviously ready for our... yeah. I mean, we want all this land. We deserve all of this land at this point. We're not just taking it far and leaving. How have they taken that tile back? I don't know.
Modek.
Either way, let's have a guy pushing out. Maybe we can get some more guys pushing in, see if we can't make an encirclement, or at least relieve our guys there for now. That's fine, you can't push in any further. Let's see if you can't push for those ports as well. We have units we can deploy, but I don't think we actually really want them just yet. Mercenary still hasn't completed, so this has been a real lightning change around in the war. These Italians last standing, so they will just slowly lose everything and die. Okay. Push out, if you can. Come on. You've got to be able to crack this one division. There we go, he's fallen. Nice, perfect. We're in. We've got our guys back as well. There we go, let's shove these guys onto these front lines, get them in there, get them down. And let's wrap up these last few territories as well. Railroad everyone to the new front lines. And then let's absolutely crush these Italian forces here. That is such a big encirclement. Let's see. So what are they currently on? 139,000 casualties. I think it's safe to say after this they might be double that, if not more. We're also doing what we can to take out this tank.
Modek.
There we go. Let's watch these stats just go down as they deorg. There we go, the helmets are popping. Helmets are popping there. Come on, let's get everyone in, everyone pushing. You guys need to hit as well. Come on, let's see these stats. Perfect. How did that go? Yeah, pretty much doubled their casualty count there. And figure that out later. We will go for establishing a naval base because we know we're going to need a navy soon for Saudi Arabia. So we do need some naval bases coming in. Okay. Let's keep seeing if we can't pin forces down here, keep snaking for ports. I think there is a peace event if we get them out completely out of Africa, but you know, that's more a hope at this point. I can't remember for sure if that's a thing or not. But anyway, let's make sure all these guys are railroading now, get them all to the front. Yeah, let's just try and kill as many of their forces as we can. But it does look like they probably are pulling out of this area. Hopefully they're not just flooding more troops in behind. But we should hopefully be able to push some of the ports and take some of their land now. Come on. Dispersed industry, let's do that because we know we're going to be expanding a little bit at least. Let's just get everyone pushing this tank division. I mean, he should be attritioning hard, that tank division. Okay, you push in there, see if you can't make a quick encirclement on that guy. Push in there as well. There we go, that's that port gone. Is that a renewed invasion of... Oh, man. Should have known. Shouldn't have moved everything away. What I need is a group of you to basically just rush up there and pray they don't take the port. But, you know, if they do take the port, it's not the end of the world. I mean, if you could isolate them to those tiles there, that would be huge. But yeah, just please get there as quick as possible. I don't think we have any cavalry units we could send any faster, otherwise I'd be sending them. These guys should now crush out the last few. I mean, what are their casualties up to? Yeah, they've taken double the casualties to us, so safe to say this has not gone well for the Italians. Come on, get there, get there, get there. Please. I need you in that port. They're moving more troops in. Like, the port and the airfield is all that matters, so just get there. Perfect, they're in. They are in. Okay, we'll expand it like that then. More divisions should be on their way shortly as we crush out these guys in this port. I mean, realistically, we can probably start sending them already, just to make sure that we hold. Perfect. You guys up there as well. Let's send it all. Establish a naval base. Yes, we need to push down for that to manage to take their old ships. That would be great. And then yeah, we're just going to tell everyone to kick all these Italians out. Hopefully we can just remove this fallback line now, and when they're back we'll redraw it like that in the circle there for people to head to. Yeah, we should hopefully crush these Italians out, and then that should be it. That should be the war done. I mean, being real though, we do want probably 4 there. 4 there. We'll sort that in a second. We'll sort that shortly. There we go, all of the Italian land here now has been taken, and they've lost 291,000 troops to our 129,000. So yeah, I think it's safe to say that is a very big win. This may be where the issue is with the mediating of peace. I don't know how that piece works though, so I'll have to have a look into that. But hey, that's the war won, I'm pretty sure. Like, what I will just quickly do is, yeah, we'll grab a few units, put them on the ports. But yeah, that will probably be it for this video, and then the next video will be us beginning to expand into Saudi Arabia and other areas. The Italians going back once more. Okay. So what do we have? Let's send it over. Ah, of course they've landed straight back into the country. Brilliant. That's fine. We'll kick them out. There won't be any issues with that, I'm sure. Anyway, I quickly dealt with that. So, as I was saying, I've just shoved some guys onto the ports now, so that doesn't happen again. Or at least they don't get another port as the foothold. But yeah, so we are we're sending all our guys home now, sending them to just hold out by the capital, do a bit of training, do a bit of exercise, and make sure they're all level 3. But yeah, no, pretty successful war. We've managed to take that back, so we'll wait until the sort of scheduled event sort of time out here. And then yeah, hopefully we get a peace deal event or something. Oh, looks like the Italians are back, so let's just send our guys over. See if we can't quickly just kick them out before they get any movement going. Just keep them in that one tile and just crush them out. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that we've won this war pretty well. Let's just grab some guys over there and bring them in as well. Maybe we railroad them. There. No, we'll just send them in. Just send them in to help crush them out, just in case they haven't already. You get back up and in there, just in case our guys run out of pork. yeah, so that's where I'll leave this one there. Obviously now that this war has been won, and we'll look for a way to sue for peace. Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and then obviously the United Kingdom are on the chopping block. I have seen as well in this sort of in this Soviet pathway, if everything goes well, there is liberate French Somaliland, which risks a war with Vichy France, but that's not. That might be a little bit of an issue. But then I guess they would declare war on us, so we'll see if we can't do that. Yeah. So yeah, that should be good. And yeah, we'll just continue now to shore up our ports, hold on to our land, train up our army, and get ready for the next part. But yeah, so if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and get ready for part 2, where we try to actually attempt the achievement now that we've got this foothold here. Yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!